here. It is Monday, about noon, Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, I thought I'd just come on for a little bit and work on my horse, visit with you guys. It's very, very, very rainy out today. So yeah, just trying to get caught up on some things. All right, let's see if I can get this guy going. My chat. Of course, this is, an unexpected live. Oh, back on the bone. It's Willa. There I am. Okay, let's see. Hello, Donna. Hi, Carol. Hi, Randy. How's everybody today? I hung up my other horses, as you can see. I did that. I probably should have taken a nap. I might later. Yeah. So, rainy day here, which we really needed the rain really bad. My yard is pretty dry. So, I'm okay that it's raining. Plus, picking huckleberries for 2 days in a row would probably knock me out, but hi, Mural. How are you doing? Well, hello, Yvette. How's it going? Oh, you're getting ready to make this quilt? Awesome. That'll be fun. I had a lot of fun making it, and it is now my favorite block right now. I really like it. Hi, Gladys. Hi, Jamie. Hello, Kim. Just got back from the grocery store. It's raining there in sunny Florida. That probably makes it muggy. It makes it cold here up in the mountains of Idaho. It's like 57 degrees outside and about 65 in the house. That's why I have a sweater on. I have a sweater on and socks, and I was thinking about putting my long johns on. I kept telling Brandon today, is it time to turn the heater on? He kept saying no. He's like, just put a sweater on. I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's pretty cold. Turning the heater on sounds pretty good to me. Hi, Carrie. How are you doing? Hi, Donna Dixon. Well, hello, Mary. My goodness, it's been a while. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Did you guys see the photo that I posted yesterday? So I talked Brandon into going up to my huckleberry spot yesterday, and I thought we were just going to be going for a drive because, well, he always thinks that they're not ready. So I'm like, it's been like 2 weeks since the last time I've been up there. And oh my God, the berries were just everywhere, and some of them were so big. I'm like, well, I should have posted a message on the YouTube saying, if you don't see me today, I'm busy picking huckleberries because, yeah, once I get started, it's hard to drag me out of there. And if Brandon wouldn't have been there with me, I'd probably still be up there. So I think we got about close to a gallon and a half, I want to say, which is a lot for huckleberries because normally they're so small, but this year they're pretty fat. And I want to say we were there for maybe 5 hours, maybe, but Brandon can only pick for about an hour or so, maybe two. So he spent a lot of his time trying to take a nap in the car. But even though we were way up in the woods, people kept driving by. There were quite a few Forest Service people. So I don't know if they were out looking for fires or what they were doing on Sunday. But that kind of, I can understand, like, you know, having people out looking for fires, I guess, and getting them put out. But God, there had to been like 6 people in one vehicle, and you know, that's a lot of money driving around. But I'm not in charge, so I still had a good time. And then there were quite a few people out on their side by sides and four wheelers and stuff like that. There was this one group of people that went by on their four wheelers, and I always pull over to the side and let them go by first because I don't want them to eat my dust. And, I can roll up the windows, and, I'm just a courteous person, or I try to be. But when they went by, they had like tank tops and t-shirts on, and you could just see the dust. The people were just covered in dust. Oh my God, they were so dusty. Some of them had goggles on. I would not, I like to go ride my four wheeler with people, but I don't want to be in the back. Or if I am, I want to be back far enough where the dust isn't gonna, get all over me like that. Yeah, they were all gonna need a good shower. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, Mary. I don't. Doesn't surprise me. I think that's more in southern Idaho because it's fairly not that far from Utah. Um, like I think in, yeah, southern Idaho. And let's see what else we have. Kim is hearing rumbles of thunder again, but not much. Quite a bit of rain. But it's very welcome. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. The only thing I'm worried about is if it rains like too hard, then it'll knock all the berries off my plants. I call them my plants, but they're not my plants. But it'll knock all the berries off, and so I hope that doesn't happen. So we'll see. Or that if the wind really gets to blowing, so that would be really disappointing. Hi, Polly. Hi, Mary. Hello, Mary Coon. How are you doing? I have a friend up here. Her last name is Kuhn. Her and her husband. Please remember to hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Kim. So I got the huckleberries all cleaned, and um, so after I clean them, I put them in strainers, and just leave them in these strainers, and I shake them and try and get as much water off of them as I can. And then I put them on a cookie sheet, and I layer like wax paper, or that meat wrapping stuff paper, which has a waxy film. And I lay that down over the cookie sheet, and then I put the huckleberries on top, one layer, spread them out, and then I put them in the freezer. And that way each berry is frozen individually, and they're easier to deal with that way. So it takes quite a bit of time. So like when I got home, I guess I started freezing around 6 o'clock or so, and I'm still freezing. Of course, I didn't do anything during the night, but I think I got it looks like about 1.5 gallons. So. Hello, San Francisco Quilter. I am an old channel, but just now using it. Okay, well, welcome. Glad you're here. So I'm kind of tired a little bit from all the berry picking yesterday, but yeah, I'll be all right. A little tired. And I got some chores done this morning. So I'm just going to work on the horsey. Sorry, Willa. You cannot sleep on the iron, baby. Willa went up there with me, and she does fine. She loves going with me wherever I go. And I leave the doors open on the car in the back, and so she can get in and out. I got a couple of dog beds in there for her, and I fill the water dish, and I'm usually not that far away from the car. Where I pick is right along the road, so it's pretty easy to get to, and which means you have to get there quick before other people beat you to it. But anyway, she does pretty good. But when she first gets there, she's all excited and she runs around and stuff like that. And she loves to eat huckleberries. So she will eat some huckleberries, which is fine. I don't care. And then she usually tries to find a place to lay down wherever I am. Or if she gets tired of that, then she'll go get in the car. But I noticed late last night, that she was kind of limping. So I hope she's not getting too old to go up there with me. And I don't want to make her stay in the car. But she could have, tripped over a branch or twisted her little paw in a hole or something like that. It's hard to say. Hey, Mary G, how are you doing? Hey, Nancy. So, any hoot. Sorry, I didn't give you guys notice. So, hey, we got, 40 people here. Thanks for being here, you guys. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's really no plants up there with thorns, but I mean, she's not limping now. So it was more like her hip, a hip limp. But I think she's doing okay now. But, she is getting old. I think, she's like around 8. She could be older than that. I'll have to go look on the calendar and see when I got her. I think I got her in late 2016 or early 17. She could be 11 because she was 2 years old when I got her. Oh my God, is she 11 already? Oh no, that makes me sad. I'm definitely going to have to go look it up. I'm pretty sure I got her either in the end of 2016 or 2017. If I got her in 2017, well, she'd still be 10, right? 10 or 11. Wow, time sure flies. Is that right? Am I doing the math right? Hi, Lisa. Yes, the old lady waddle. That's right. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. That quilt is interesting. I agree. That's why I really like that block. Just definitely has movement. Hi, Leslie. I live in north central Idaho, up in the mountains. I'm kind of west of the Rockies. And so the area I live in is like if you think about the high mountains, the Rockies, it's kind of like that. No, only 8. Okay, thank you. I felt like I was doing the math wrong, but I feel better about that, Kim. But that's still pretty old, right? Anyway, I just have to be more careful with her. That's all. Because she is precious. Right? She's over there laying on her doggy bed. Her doggy bed is nice, big, fat, fluffy feather pillows. covered with a nice blanket. She really likes it. She needs soft for her old bones, right? Okay, let's see where I am. See, I hung the other horses up over there. Yes, she is 10. Yeah. Oh, right. She would be 10. Okay. If she was 2 in 2017, she would be 10. Wow. I love the quilt on the wall. Thanks, Rita. Hi, Rita. How are you doing? You want to see it again? There it is. So it goes from dark up to light. Okay, Kim. You have a wonderful day too. Thanks for being here. Uh, yeah, because I figured she was born in 2015. So yeah, she would be 10. I think she will be 10 in November. Okay, let's see where I am. I still have some darkers that need to go here and here and up in here. But I'm still working on the light section. So I think I have medium light, fabric number 3 in the lights. So, and I always have to look at the pattern. So the white on the pattern is the lightest light, and then it, progresses. And so I think I am on fabric number 2, which is a little darker than the lightest. Thank you, Rita. Yeah, the quilt that's hanging on the wall behind me, I still need to put those borders on. So I might cut the fabric for that later on today. All right, let me get some light fabric going here. Yeah, all of these are light. And what I could do, so I could quit lifting that up, is could just draw this in. Okay. So I could just draw that in and then write on it light or L2, L2, there. And then this up here is L3, L3. So that would be one way to do it. Okay, I can draw a few more on here. That might make it just a little bit easier. I think that's L. Yeah, this is L. So L to me is light number 3. And then, is that light 3? 1, 2, 3. No, that's light 4. Okay, that's number 4. One, 2. This is 2. This is 3. This is 3. Let's see. I've got a 3 right there. And that one is a 4. And that's a 1. All right. That's probably good enough for now. Let's see. This is also 4 up there. This I think is a 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is all 5. All of that is 5. This is a 5 down here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. More 3 here. And 2. Okay. All right. That's good enough for now. 92 degrees. I have 57. 57. And I think it's like 60, maybe 65 in the house. Might have some internet problems today because of the weather, so if it looks like I'm frozen or something, just say something on the chat for me if you would, and that way I'll see it and be able to fix the camera. Thank you. Heating up. Oh, you're burning up? Ugh. Not me, I'm cold. Okay. Let's see. So, all right, I'm going to work a little bit over here on this, on the nose. I don't want to go down too far because my parchment paper stops. And so I'll have to add another piece of paper here. So I can do a little bit more here. I would like to leave about 3/4 of an inch or so. All right, so what I do now is I just want to make sure that I'm using a different fabric because you want it to be scrappy. So I try not to have the same fabrics right next to each other. Although, you know, it does happen, right? It's it's not a it's not a no-no to do that. Um, it's pretty easy to change it up when you're using batiks because you have so much color variation on one fat quarter, you know. There's that. Hi, Mary. How are you doing? So, what are you guys working on today? That's what almost everybody says, that I have a lot of patience. Okay, I can put a few more pieces on that. I'm looking forward to doing the the nose and the mouth. Hi, Ellen, the crazy craft lady. I like that name. I was thinking about doing crafts today. I want to do some rock painting. I've been collecting uh, rocks that are kind of the shape of an egg and different sizes. And I want to paint turtles on them, like the turtle is hatching. And I thought about doing that today, but then I came up here and I saw the horse, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll work on the horse. But I think I need to watch some videos on that, because what is there something that you use after you paint the rock with your design to like seal it to keep it from, you know, washing off or whatever? Because I was just going to use acrylic paint. So, hey Kathy, how are you doing? I'm working on the backing for a quilt that has been lingering since 2023. That's not that long. See, my oldest UFO is like from 2016, I think. Okay, that's probably far enough right there, so I have to move over. I might move up here and number these so I know what they are, because I probably could move this up the window and put another parchment down here, or start on these darker ones. Let's see. Yeah, that's a one also right there. And then, so that's a two. Sometimes it's hard to see the shade differences on this pattern through the parchment. That's why I keep lifting it up. Okay, I can do a few right here. Would be good. Hi, Melissa. Probably a clear acrylic over them. Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. I saw you picked a lot of berries. What will you do with them? Well, right now I am in the process. I've already cleaned them all, and um, then I layer them on a cookie sheet and freeze them so that they freeze individually. And then I just put them all in a Ziploc bag and save them for. Um, Sometimes I make jam. Um, a lot of time I use them for my smoothies. So I'll have a huckleberry, banana, strawberry smoothie for breakfast sometimes. And sometimes I make huckleberry cheesecake or huckleberry pancakes or huckleberries with waffles. I think I'm going to make some huckleberry syrup. The smoothie is really good. So I put a banana. Do you guys know that your bananas will last a lot longer if you put them in the drawer in the bottom of the refrigerator? I can get my bananas to last well over a week by doing that. And I like my bananas cold because I put them in my smoothie. And yeah, so I've been putting them in the bottom crisper, and it's surprising how much longer they last. And they're nice and cold when you get them out. Because I was trying everything, like, once you pull the banana off of the rest of the bananas, that air seeps through, and that's what makes your bananas ripen faster. And so I would like wrap it with plastic or tried all these things, or just set them in the refrigerator. That works too, but the crisper works the best that I have found so far. So, all right, where am I at here? And then, of course, my huckleberries are frozen and my strawberries are frozen. So it's a nice cold drink. And then I put yogurt and I use whole milk. And then I use ginger. And sometimes I do like a lemon zest in it. I really like the taste of lemon zest, so I've kind of been using that a lot more often than I used to. There's that. Whenever I have a little teeny spot to fill, I've been grabbing a little piece of purple and putting it there. So, little purple highlights. Hey Kelly, how's it going? Hi Donna. Hi Danielle. Brandon's feeling really good, pretty good. Yeah, he's still, getting tired. Okay, I have to tell you guys something. Uh, 47 of you watching. I'm really glad you asked me that question. All right, because I've been wanting to tell you, and I kept forgetting, and how I could forget to do this, I don't know. Um, oh dang it! I'm getting a phone call. Uh, hold on, you guys. Hello. Hey, I'm just up in the sewing room. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Tell him to call away. Tell him to go ahead and call me. You betcha. Okay, bye bye. Sorry about that. Normally I wouldn't take a phone call, but it was my brother's phone number, so I wanted to take it. I had to take it because you never know when there's going to be an emergency. Oh, okay. So, um, remember I was telling you that, and this is in regards to Brandon's, and remember he had that really bad cough and he was coughing up blood, and which he had been doing for, um, you know, 8 months or so. And and I'm not saying it was a lot of blood, but it was, enough to be concerned. And I think any amount of blood is concerning. Uh, and what was it about? Was it about a month ago or so that I was talking about it? And I asked everybody for prayers. And so thank you so much for doing that, because he has not coughed up any blood for 6 days now. None. None whatsoever. So I just wanted to be sure and tell all of you that news, which I think is wonderful, and thank everybody for their prayers and their good thoughts, or, you know, whatever it is you do. Good vibes. Thank you. It's much appreciated. And he says thank you too, because I told him that, I put the word out there and kind of did like a prayer chain, right? And he was surprised and very grateful for it. So he wanted me to tell you thank you also. He really appreciates it. So, yeah, that is awesome news. That's right, Kelly. That's right. Yeah. So he is trying to get me to cancel his appointment with the lung doctor, but you know, I don't know about that. I'm going to have to think about it. Because on one hand, you know, I'd kind of like to know why, and maybe there's still something there. I don't know. But on the other hand, you know, I think it's going to be really hard for me to get him to go to the doctor now that he's not having the problem because he's just kind of like that, you know. So, anyway, it is great news, and thank you for keeping him in your prayers. It works. And, you know, I realize that when we pray, we might not necessarily get the results we wanted, you know, we were hoping for. God answers our prayers, and sometimes we don't understand the way they turn out or whatever, you know, because I always looked at it like this. We might be praying for somebody to get well, but that person might be praying something totally different. Um, so, which one is going to get answered? You know what I mean? So, I would say in this case, our prayers lined up because Brandon wanted to get better. And, you know, and we all prayed that he would get better. So it worked. And I say that because when my mom was in the hospital, and it hasn't just been my mom, there's been other people. I've been around death quite a bit, and especially in older people. And I noticed that if they're ready to go, there's no amount of prayers that you can do that will make them stay. None. Even though we might be praying that they stay, when they're ready to go, that's what they want. And that's, you know, that's what happened with my mom, Brandon's mom, my dad, uh, my great grandmother, my grandmother. So I get that's why I say that. So I would say, and I just bring that up because sometimes we get upset that our prayers are not answered, especially when it comes to praying for other people. So I would just say keep in mind that your prayers might not be what their prayers are. And so that's all I have to say about that. I didn't mean to go off on that, but you know, and that's just my opinion. We all have our own opinions on stuff like that, right? And I respect your opinion, even if it doesn't line up with mine. It's okay. All right, so I'm still on number 2. Well, that's going to be a little too close. All right, so I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to skip all this one on the bottom because it's going to get in the way of my parchment. So it looks like I might be able to switch over to number 3 fabric. I'm just going to double check up here and see. no, this is a 2. I'm going to fill that one in. What is this one? Okay, that's a 3 there. Ooh, my stomach just growled. This is a 3. Those all look pretty dark. Okay, what do we have up here? Okay, we have 1, 2. Okay, these. I think I did the wrong color right here. Yeah, I sure did. I think those are all supposed to be number 3s, not 2. I might have to take those off. Uh-oh. Yeah, it is kind of like paint by number. It also reminds me kind of doing a puzzle. I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not. Yeah, those were all supposed to be 3. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Uh, Brandon and I did some paint by numbers a few years ago. I don't know if you remember, but like on Facebook, they just had bombarded ads of paint by numbers, and also all over the internet. So he was like, he got interested in it, and so he bought a bunch of them for Christmas, and we started doing them, and it was a lot of fun. And it was something to do during the winter, and it was something to do together, which was really nice. All right, so where was I? Back up here. All right, let me see what number that is. That's a 3. Yeah, a whole bunch of this was supposed to be number 3. All right, I'm going to have to think about, and you can even see that on the photo. I kind of felt like I was doing number 2. Too much. So that means, am I going to take it off, take it out, or leave it? All right, I'm going to have to think about that. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really want to put this other parchment paper down below because that would be a lot to have to lift up. So I think I will finish these before I move it down or move it up. I know how much, that's what I'm trying to decide, is if it really matters. There's quite a big spot that was supposed to be a little bit darker, but I could always come in with some tulle, a dark tulle, and put over the top of that, and that would make all of that fabric look darker. So that's a thought. I mean, it's a pretty big spot, so all right. Well, I'm done with fabric number 2, so I think I'm gonna at least put it away. Get it out of my way so I can get number 3 out here. If I get the other fabric out and just kind of see how much darker it really is, if it's not that much darker, then I might not care. Okay. So I think that's all of those. Thanks, Kelly. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you. All right. Go over here. Now, where is number 3? All right. So, yeah, some of those are quite a bit darker. Three, 4, 5, 6. Hey, Valerie. Yeah, give it to some time and see if I can live with it. Yeah, that's a thought. Or I could just take off these ones that are pretty light right in here, which isn't very many. Boy, that's a lot of rework. The more I look at it. That's why the other day when I was over on Katie's channel, I was over at the other desk sorting all these out because I felt like I had mixed a bunch of them up. And that's, I think, what I did. Got them mixed up. So, but I have them all straightened up now, and I have them clipped together in what color sections they're supposed to be. Work on another section, see how I feel. Kathy, that's what I'm talking about. I'm getting ready to add the darkers. So I have 6 different shades. Really light, a little darker, you know, they. So I start with all the light ones, and now I'm moving into the dark. Kind of like up here, you know. It's pretty easy to get them all mixed up. Yeah, I figured since I didn't come on yesterday, I'd come on for a little while today. Oh, and man, up there where I was picking huckleberries, we have what you call black flies, and they bite. They're like little teeny horse flies, but you cannot feel them when they, you know, bite, when they first bite into you. It takes a second to realize you're getting bit, and by then it's too late. And one bit me right here, and now it's really starting to itch. But I'm pretty lucky. I only got bit once. And I did have to use a lot of bug spray, which I don't usually like to do that at all. But it's better than getting bit, right? And sometimes I have to use a little bit on Willa too, but I just put it along her back and, you know, any place where she can't lick it off because I don't want her to get sick. Oh, hey, Suzanne. Are they? You like the purple? Yeah, I like the purple too. The only good thing about them being around is you don't really have mosquito problems. But the mosquito bites don't hurt as bad as black flies and horse flies. And then we also have deer flies and hornets, bald-faced hornets. They're out there too. So you have to be careful where you walk. Or and yellow jackets. Yellow jackets have their nest underground, so you really have to be careful where you walk. And they are mean. I mean, to tell you, they are mean. Uh, Zote soap. Huh, I never heard of that. Sometimes I put like Windex on there. I think it's the ammonia in it that works. Or I do have some Benadryl spray. I'll use that. All right, I need to get up for a minute. Well, it looks like it stopped raining out there, but it's still really cloudy and rain clouds and all that. It said that it was supposed to stop around 3 o'clock today. And I thought about going back up to pick berries, but I will get soaked, right? Because all the bushes will be wet. And then I thought, well, boy, if I could still fit into my ski pants, that would be the thing to wear. Then I wouldn't get all wet, you know, because I'd have my snow pants on. But I probably should just take it easy today and plan on go up tomorrow. Okay. Number 3. Let's see how this is going to look. Now I have a really dark purple in number 3. See how dark that is? It might be too dark. But we'll see. Let's see. Number 3. What do I want here? Hey Linda, how's it going? Hey Terry, thank you. Lurk and work. Good girl. Thank you. Thanks, Linda. Oh, you're having a bad thunderstorm? And we've had, it's been raining here all day. But so far, no thunder or lightning. Oh, Linda got a Jazz too and Cutie to work together again. Awesome. I bought a batch of pre-wound bobbins and my Jazz 2 doesn't like them. Changed back and adjusted tension. All is okay. Oh, that's great. Sometimes that's just what it takes. Yeah, I used to have my brother's PQ 1500 SL set up on the long arm, and that's what I used as my quilting machine. And I tried to use uh, Orifil thread for quilting in that, and that machine just did not like that thread at all. And so I had to, go back. I just used regular cotton thread, and you have to experiment, find out what is going to work. Alrighty. And my Unique long arm doesn't like Orifil thread either, so it just keeps breaking. I quit using it. I really like it for piecing a quilt, but not for long arming. And I haven't had much luck with any like polyester threads with my long arm either, so oh, thank you, Jamie, for putting those in there. Hi, Mona. Oh, top stitch needles. Huh. Interesting. Actually, the long arm that I have isn't that much different than, I mean, stitch wise, than the Brothers was. How you use it is a little bit different, but in my long arm, I use, oh, what is that called? It's from Connecting Threads. It's really inexpensive thread. I mean, you can get it for a good price. And then I also have some signature thread, and both of those are 100% cotton. I do use a lighter weight thread in my bobbin. I use a 40, no, what do I use? Yeah, I use a like a 40 weight most of the time in my long arm. And then in the bobbin, I use a 50 weight. Most long arms you can do electronic patterns, but with my long arm, all I do is free motion quilt. I don't have the computer with the programs. So on the Qnique, I free motion, and on the Brothers, I did free motion. Yes, essential threads. Thank you, Valerie. But you can't, no, you can't sew like, you can't piece a quilt together with a long arm. No. Uh-uh. If you can, I'd like to see that. Um, Sometimes I've had to fix a seam when I had the quilt on the frame, and I can do it with a ruler, and but you're going to still see the seam. Oh, you use that too? Yeah. It's good thread. It really is good thread. I've never had a problem with it. It's never broke in my long arm. And sometimes I use it for piecing too. But I was getting thread Orifil from like the subscription boxes. So I was using that up for piecing, but normally I don't buy it because it's out of my price range, right? I Glide is polyester, so because I haven't had any good luck with polyester threads in my long arm, I haven't even tried Glide. I know that there are people who use that really like it. So, I would my I would say to try the different threads in your machine on a practice piece and see what you like. See what works best for you. Um, I have found that if I just kind of now stay with what works for me, I don't have to mess around with the tension as much. But every time you change the kind of thread or the weight of the thread on your long arm, you are going to have to adjust your tension, whether you're changing the thread on the top or in the bobbin. So for me, it's best to stick with the same brands that work for me in the same weight That way I don't have to mess around with the tension so much. And, you know, Valerie, I think that thread has less thread dust than Orifil. No, Valerie, it doesn't have more lint than Orifil. I get a lot more lint in my machine using Orifil than I do Essential. Hey, Jessie. Sorry, I'm trying to see the chat. So I have to hold my glasses up here so I can look through the right. That's what happens when you have progressive lenses. Yeah, I cannot. I mean, I can see it, but I don't think I can read it. Let's see. Great news then, because I like it and have lots. I almost did it. It was very blurry. Okay. Let's see. Back to it. What did I do with that pencil? Need to sharpen that. Oh, thank you, Jess. I just switched to a different color. I'm on color number 3, which is third from the lightest. All right, I haven't used this one yet. It is 1:35. How long have I been up on? 94 minutes. I have to go to the post office and grocery store today. Whoops, I got that one down way too far. Let's see. Probably didn't really matter much, but and I could have overlapped it. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different fabric to choose from in this color range. Melissa says, yeah, I went grocery shopping today too. Yeah, I don't need too much. I just need milk, milk, and a few other things. Let's see. And I think I'm going to have to take a nap. I'm getting pretty tired. So you can definitely tell now that I'm using a darker color, you know. So I probably am going to have to take those off because it is quite a bit darker. Yeah, that works, Kathy. That sounds good. We're actually having steak tonight for dinner. And then I think tomorrow night is spaghetti. And Wednesday night will be fish. Unless I change my mind. I kind of like to figure out what I'm going to make for the next, 4 or 5 days so I can get the stuff out of the freezer if I need to. Yeah, I saw. Have you guys ever tried Spencer steak? It's a certain cut of the beef. They're pretty good. They're not as good as like a ribeye, but to me, they're better than the sirloin. And you usually get them in fairly small, long pieces. And then I usually marinate them for a while. Also, I have found that when you barbecue your steaks, get them out of the refrigerator a couple of hours before you barbecue them and let them warm up so they're not so cold. They cook up so much better. if they're at room temperature. Oh, tri-tipped. Yeah. We do fish on Friday. That sounds good too. I would do tacos on every Tuesday or every couple of days or some sort of taco thing, even if it was like fajitas or whatever. But my husband's not into that. I made some really good elk, cut them up into really small pieces, and then did have you ever had beef broccoli at a Chinese restaurant? So I made it kind of like that, like a beef broccoli dish from a Chinese restaurant. But I used elk meat, and oh my God, it was so good. It was really good. So yesterday when I got home from Huckleberry, I had some of that left over, and I warmed it up. And I have these little tortilla shells. They're just really, they're round, the soft taco shells, whatever. Um, and I heated that meat up, and then I put some guacamole in there that I made and ate it that way. Oh my God. It was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. Yes, elk is good for sure. So I'm trying to come up with more recipes that I can use for my elk meat. And I figure, well, you can use the elk meat in any beef recipe. Hello. I know, in the grocery store just keeps getting higher. I did really good the other day when I went to the grocery store. I didn't buy anything that wasn't on sale. And I did really good. And I brought quite a bit home, so that was good. Hey Lynn, how's it going? Oh, babysitting the granddaughters. How nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And Kathy, I bought a lot of vegetables and some fruit. And I think that's what reduced my grocery bill is that kind of stuff just really isn't that expensive. Well, it depends on where you live, I guess. All right, I need to stand up. So, can you see from there how dark that is? I'll show you. The next, sorry, me. So these are the next dark colors. So it's definitely darker. You see how much darker that is? Those are what is supposed to be up here. So, so, you know, because I'm doing this on parchment paper, it really isn't that big of a deal to take them back off. And I don't know if you can see this, but like, why did I cover that whole thing up right there? This was supposed to be something different too. What was I doing? Maybe I was thinking it didn't matter. Because this one is supposed to be different than this one. All right, let's see. So 1, 2, 3. So this is supposed to be fabric 3, and this is supposed to be fabric 4, and this one's fabric 5. So all of that right here is supposed to come off. So it's not that hard to get off. If you know, they're still overlapped. And then instead of pulling on that, I'm just gonna cut it off. So I could use it, save it, use it for something else. Yeah, that piece will be all right. Let's see let me see what's under here. Okay, that one's wrong also. So take it off. All right. I think the rest of those would be okay because these two are fairly dark. So let's see what's under here. I think that one's dark enough. These are not. I think these are supposed to be darker. Well, yeah, you should have known I would fix it, right? Yeah, that one's a light one too. Oh boy. I shouldn't even debate about it because I always do that. If there's a mistake somewhere, I sit there and talk about, should I fix that? And you know I'm gonna fix it, right? So just say, just fix it. All right. See, that was a pretty big area that's supposed to be fabric number 3. I don't know what I did. But see, that's not that difficult to take off. Okay, that one's light. All right, so all of this is supposed to be number 3. And 4, 4, 4. I should have marked these before, right? I didn't even think I needed to do that. I didn't think I'd get the fabrics mixed up, but I guess I did. All right, so that one needs to come off of there. There. All right. Okay. I think that's it. Good enough. Dang. That is a bummer. I shouldn't even look to see if I... Yeah, I did the same thing over here too. Oh. Now, you might ask me, what am I going to do with all these? And I'm just going to throw them away because I've noticed that they don't stick as well the second or third time. So, and they were already cut out for that piece. And if they're just gone, I won't cry about it anymore, maybe. So yeah, all of this was supposed to be this fabric right here. This shade. Dang, 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 dang. No, I don't think I'll put it on a sticky board. No, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I don't think I'll put it on a sticky board. Now, what I could do is just go over this with darker fabric, but I don't think I will. Oh yeah, now I can see it on the picture too. I think I should just leave this. And maybe go over a little bit of spots where it's supposed to be really dark instead of tearing this off. Because I don't know, I think it looks okay. Because it's going to have dark down here and now here. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that. Use a marker. I could use some fabric paint. Lizette, looks good to me. I know, right? I think tearing that out was enough. I don't think I should tear any more off. That was a lot of hours. Oh well, it happens. So this is a really good example of be sure and keep your fabrics separated. So if you're using 6 different colors or shades, you know, light, medium light, dark, and so forth, like it says here to do. So you have 6 different shades, right? Get yourself some storage containers and put your colors in there. And then you know, you could even mark it. You could say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, and then mark your storage container. And that way you won't be getting your fabrics mixed up like I did. So that is what I have learned today. Oh, thank you. Loving those bits of purple. Me too. Me too. I'm just trying to keep those little bits of purple, you know, sparingly here and there. So we do learn from our mistakes. That's for sure. Well, it looks like the sun is trying to come out on the huckleberry patch. So that's good news. Okay. I had to move you so I can read the chat. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and go. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a break, come back. Yeah, I've been on for 118 minutes. Oh, thanks. Yeah, see, nobody would have known I'd done anything wrong. Yeah, I agree. I probably should have just left it, but I find that taking a break after I make a mistake working on something else makes it easier to correct my mistake. Yeah, that's probably what I should have done. Just walked away from it before I tore it all off of there. But I guess I got a little mad. Oh well. Okay, Melissa. See you later, Gator. That's right. What's 2 hours with good company? Yep. But I need to go eat some lunch. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. I need to go eat some lunch, go to the grocery store, all that stuff. I saw that there was somebody else coming on around 3 o'clock or so. I don't remember who it was, but yeah, so I think, okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to leave this and any other mistakes I find, I'm going to leave it. And then once I get the whole project done, I'm going to take a look at it from afar and see if I need to have any of those spots darker. And then I'll do something then, right? I think that's a good plan. So, all right, you guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate having you. It's always good to see you guys. And yeah, so I'm going to take off, eat some lunch, maybe take a little nap, see what the hubby's doing. Oh, hey, Brenda. Sorry I didn't see you. And then if I don't go huckleberrying, I might come back up and sew for a while. So, all right. I'll see you later, Valerie. Bye, Brenda. Bye, Lynn. Bye, Joe. Bye, Kathy. Bye, Lori. Thanks for popping in. Bye, Terry. You guys take care. Have a blessed day. See you next time.